best choice in home improvement is Murphy's Builder Supply, 156 Northeast Broad Street, Jesup.
Got ticks? Well, we hope not. I'm Dr. Charles Hall.
And I'm Dr. Stefania Wilcox.
We are the Associate Veterinarians at Wolf Animal Hospital. As the cool air rolls in, we are noticing the ticks are too. Let us help guard your pets against tick-borne disease this year. Come see us at our main branch, Wolf Animal Hospital, at 755 West Cherry Street.
And now we can serve you from our new mobile veterinary clinic in select locations throughout Appling, Brantley, Long, and Wayne counties. The mobile service will provide preventive medicine and outpatient procedures on site. For more information, contact Wolf Animal Hospital at 912-427-3212.
I'm Dr. Charles Hall.
And I'm Dr. Stefania Wilcox.
And we are ready to serve you and your four-legged family members at our main hospital or one of our satellite locations. Contact us at Wolf Animal Hospital at 912-427-3212. 912-427-3212.
105.5 FM in Jesup, Big Dog Country Radio, WIFO. Good morning on this foggy Tuesday morning. It is the 16th day of October. And it's now time for the world-famous Butch and Bob Show, brought to you by Mike Birch Ford in Blackshear, by Murphy Builder Supply on Northeast Broad Street, and by Wolf Animal Hospital on West Cherry Street. Good morning, Bob.
Good morning.
How are you doing?
I'm good.
You're good? All right. Well, we've got guests in here this morning here on the world-famous Butch and Bob Show. Do you want to introduce them, or... Got Dr. Reggie Burgess. Good morning.
Good morning.
And Connie Riddle. Good morning, Connie.
Good morning. Thanks for having us.
All right. I don't know who wants to go first, but y'all are here with the Children's First Committee. Is that correct?
That's correct. I'll start us off. We're just here this morning. We want to make sure to get some word about the East Blast out to the public. With social media like it is, and the world we live in today, so much misinformation can be spread, whether intentionally or unintentionally. We just want to make sure that the voters have the facts, and we're here to help make sure everybody understands what the East Blast is all about. The first thing, and I guess the main thing, is we want to encourage everybody to go out and vote. I went yesterday, and I rode by the courthouse a couple times. It was pretty crowded in the morning, so I kept on riding by. I went back about 4 o'clock and walked right in, did my vote. I had my ballot already printed out, and I knew what the things were, because it's a pretty lengthy ballot this time. A lot of things on there. But I was in and out in less than 10 minutes.
It's amazing. I mean, I rated 3 people yesterday who voted, and I didn't really get to see that many people yesterday. And this was after work, and they all had the little Georgia peach on there. So 300 or something in one day. Great to vote early.
Great to see. But we want to let folks to know for sure this is not a new sales tax. This is just a continuation of the East Blast that we have in place now, and the vote that we're having now is to vote to extend that, and that's really what we want to make sure people understand, that this is not another penny. This is the same continuation of the same penny that we've had. Also, the renewal education sales tax will start after this current sales tax ends. I'm speaking from the perspective of someone who's not originally from Wayne County. I'm originally from Hinesville, and I lived over there most of my life, and I know from experience that a lot of people from that area, Liberty and Long counties, will come over here to the grocery store, to Walmart, to wherever, and they'll spend that money here. When they spend that money, that's money they're putting in our school system. I know my brother still lives over there, and he would much rather come drive over here on military payday and shop than have to fight the crowds over there. So a lot of folks from other counties will come here, and when they spend that money, they're helping support our schools.
All right. Connie Riddle. Go ahead, Connie.
Well, thank you. We have a great school system here in Wayne County. We really are blessed. We have over 5,400 students that are depending on us to make this happen. This East Plus is really an investment in Wayne County's future. These children are our future, and you can have lots of different opinions about different things going on in the community, but this is an investment in our future. One of the things that the money will be used for if we pass East Plus, and when we do, there's several different elements, but one that I want to touch on are buses. We currently have 30 school buses in our fleet of buses that are 15 years or older, and some of those are 20 years old. The state of Georgia recommends that these buses be cycled out every 14 years, so we're already behind the curve on that a great deal. And as I said, one of the things that this money will be used for is to purchase air-conditioned buses, and we all know living here in South Georgia, we're in the heat a lot. Our kids deserve this. They're running 54 routes every day to get children to and from school, so buses are very, very important to us. Not only are they getting kids to and from school every day, the buses are used for extracurricular activities, activities are your sporting events to and from different games, extracurricular activities from student council, FBLA, STEM. The list goes on and on. So these buses are on the road quite a bit. And I think that our children deserve to be in safer buses. And it's very costly to maintain these older buses, too. It's hard to find the parts that are needed. They're expensive. So that just makes good business sense as well, that we are able to purchase some new air-conditioned buses for the students.
I know the band just went to Atlanta this weekend for a competition. I know they wish they'd had air-conditioned buses.
Yes, yeah.
That was a long 6-hour drive both ways. And I know that when I got back to church on Sunday, some of the kids were talking about how hot and uncomfortable it was.
And, you know, other things would be a new track. We're not able to host region or state track events right now just because we don't have the facility to do so. So a new facility would allow us to do that, which is also an economic engine for the community when people come in. As Reggie mentioned, they're eating at our restaurants, they're purchasing gas. That's more money in Wayne County's pocket. So that also provides for the students to have a track and help them, for those students that are interested in that field of athletics, to pursue that and give them, you know, a facility that's really good to be used. And again, we can host regional and state meets as well, which we're able to do at this time.
Okay.
And one of the really big projects, a part of this ESPOS would be the modernization of James E. Bacon Elementary School. All the elementary schools right now are brand spanking new, except for James Bacon. But I did also want to mention that I've had a lot of folks ask me out in the public, why are we modernizing that one rather than building a new one? This is a great example of Dr. Brinson and Mr. Tony Williams, our Chief Financial Officer, being good stewards of our money. With a modernization project of that school, we qualify for well over $4 million of state funding. And so that we would not get that much money from the state if we were to build a new building. So we're actually using the funds the smarter way by modernizing. And I've seen some plans when they rebuild that school, it's going to be a brand new school. It's not even going to have the same footprint that it does now, and it will be a brand new school. So this is just a great example of how to use the money in the wisest manner.
Now, with the modernization of James E. Bacon, I'm sure that will start, right after the school year, whatever year that is. And will the students be able to go to that school during the school year, and y'all just work around that?
Yes, that's correct.
That's the way it works.
Yeah,
Okay.
and they're going to actually turn that school in a different direction. The entrance won't even be where it is now. It'll be totally different, but it'll be a safe environment for the kids to go to school while it's being worked on.
It'll get all those cars off the road in front of the school there on Orange Street that parks there in the morning and in the afternoon,
Right.
especially up and down Orange Street and around over there on Sunset Boulevard, and be safer for kids to be picked up and dropped off there at James E. Bacon when it's in modernizing the interest in the other ways that is toward Orange
Right.
Street.
Absolutely. And you mentioned safety. That's another great thing to talk about here, is that this ESPOS will allow us to acquire some safety and security equipment that the schools don't already have. There's been a lot of work done already with getting the buzz doors in the systems in the schools now, but there's a lot more that needs to be done to make sure our kids are safe. When I drop my son off at One Jacket Drive every morning, I'm trusting the school system to take care of him, make sure he's safe, and every parent does that. So we have to be diligent in making sure that our kids are safe, and renewing this tax will help us to do that.
Okay, Connie.
Yes, and I just wanted to mention, if for some reason this does not pass, and say the school system did have to raise the millage rate, and I'm not saying that they're going to do that, so I don't want anybody to misunderstand me, but just an example, we can raise in 5 years with ESPOS what it would take 12 and a half years to raise if we raised the millage by 2 mills.
Okay.
So that makes a lot of financial sense as well. And again, everybody that is in Wayne County contributes to that, visitors, tourism, all those types of things. So, we can do in 5 years what would take 12 and a half years to do if the millage rate had to be raised.
Well, we've seen what the ESPOS has done over the past, the 12, 13, 14 years here in Wayne County with the new schools and other things that money has purchased. And as y'all's mentioned, it's just a continuation of that 1 cent sales tax that's been in place now for, Dr. Bridges, about 14 years now?
So, yes.
About 14 years that we've had this 1 cent sales tax, and it has done a tremendous job in helping new schools, modernization of current schools with technology and other areas that has been used for. And it'd be great. A lot of folks feel that it'd be great to modernize James E. Bacon, start replacing our school bus system with new buses that are air conditioned, and we've got a sport at Wayne County High School that doesn't have a facility track. It'd be like having a tennis team without having tennis courts, or a football team without having a football stadium. And so hopefully if it passes, then we'll get the track. Not only for the track team to be able to use, but the students could walk right out and practice on there also as part of PE and things of that sort. Yeah. Exactly. So a lot of positive aspects of it, and I think as you mentioned, almost a little over 1/3. I think it's 34% of all monies taken in on a sales tax is taken in by folks who come in from out of town.
Exactly.
And as I mentioned before, I wish that out of town folks would pay 1/3 of my property taxes.
That would be nice, wouldn't it? And our kids are worth it. I mean, they really are. We've talked a lot about they're worth it, and again, they're our future. This is an investment in our future here in Wayne County, and I hope people will get out and vote. As we've mentioned, early voting is going on now. November 6th is the big day. But just encourage everyone to get out and vote yes for the continuation of the penny.
Well, Wayne County has seen the wisdom in passing the 1 cent sales tax several years ago, and has passed it three times. And they see the results of it, and so hopefully they will continue to move that forward and have that 1 cent sales tax pass, starting yesterday with the early voting, and then Election Day itself in November.
And I did want to mention also, you touched on technology. A lot of the school systems around us have what they call one-to-one technology. They have a technology device for every student in the school system. That doesn't mean they get to take that home, but the general public probably does not realize that all state testing now, end-of-course testing and end-of-grade testing, is technology-based. It's on computers. So when you've got a school, for instance, like Arthur Williams, they've got 650 students, but we've only got 400 technology devices. You can't test everybody the way you really need to, and so you have to be real creative in scheduling. And it would be so much better and so much easier for our kids if we had the technology that we need to be able to do that testing the way it's designed to be done.
Okay, Bob, questions or comments for Dr. Burgess or Connie Riddle this morning?
I think they covered it.
Okay, and but the Children First Committee in this morning with Dr. Reggie Burgess and Connie Riddle talking about the benefits of continuing the 1 cent sales tax, the eSplosh tax that has been in effect now for about 14 years, will expire next summer, and millions of dollars will be raised to that over the next 5 years to help so many different projects with the school system. Anything else, y'all?
That's it.
Is that it? All right.
We can keep talking.
You can keep talking. Well, we're supposed to have another guest this morning, and I didn't see anybody come in, but maybe they'll be here in a few moments. But go ahead, Connie.
Now, I'll just add, on the school system's website, there's a lot of very detailed information that people can go and read to see how the past funds have been used, it really breaks it down line item by line item, the projections. So if people are wanting more in-depth information, I encourage them to go to the website. It's wayne.k12.ga.us.
Or if you can't remember that, just type in Wayne County High School, Jesup, Georgia, and it'll have the official website there, and just click on it, and then you can read all the information and get the facts.
Yes.
Not hearsay, not what people throw all over social media for an agenda of whatever. Just get the facts and make a decision.
Absolutely. But there's very detailed information that's available to the community. And again, I just want to applaud Dr. Brinson, Tony Williams, all of our school system. They've done a phenomenal job. They do a great job with their finances and bookkeeping, and hats off to them. That's not an easy job, and very transparent. So just encourage people to go to that website and take a look at some really detailed information that may help answer questions as well.
And I believe you've got like the Chamber of Commerce and the IDA and other organizations are in favor of the eSplosh to continue, because they know how that will help benefit the community and help the community grow.
Exactly. Whether you have children in the school system or not, this benefits everyone.
Yep, it does.
It does. Economically, tourism-wise, if an industry's going to look at Wayne County, they're going to look at our school system. Will be one of the first things they look at. Right. So it affects everyone, whether you have children in the school system or not.
It's not like anybody wants it. It's just that we need it.
It's needed. It is needed for sure.
And we've seen that over the past 14 years and what it's done for us, and will continue to do for us if it's passed during this time period. Well, Dr. Burgess, thanks very much for coming in.
Yes,
Connie.
Thank you. Always a pleasure.
And we'll see y'all next time.
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
We'll be back more of the world-famous Butch and Bob Show in just a moment.
It's time to enter the Wayne County Board of Tourism's Big Buck Contest. The date's October 20th through the 28th for just $100. Top prize, $5,000 payout. Second prize, $2,000. Third prize, $1,000. Payouts for the top 8 bucks. $100 entry fee includes a ticket to the banquet and tickets for the gun raffle drawings, rifles, handguns, shotguns. For all the information, stop by the train depot or call the Board of Tourism's office at 427-3233. It's the annual Big Buck Contest. Sign up today. Dates again, October 20th through 28th. Number to call, 427-3233. Let the hunting begin.
Amazing adventures and fantastic family fun at Popple Farms. Every Saturday and Sunday through the last Sunday in October. Explore the 10-acre corn maze. Take a ride to the pumpkin patch. Enjoy all the farm adventures with fun activities for the young and young at heart. Experience the petting zoo. Get spooked on the haunted trail. So much to do. Find out what's happening by going online to PoppleFarms.com. Popple Farms, 1765 I'm Popple Loop, just outside of Odom. 105.5 FM in Jesup, Big Dog Country Radio. Someone just texted in wishing Ryan Hurd a happy first birthday. Happy birthday to Ryan Hurd. Missed the birthday calendar this morning, but putting it on right now. And Bob, a couple accidents out there this morning on Highway 341. One there at Joy Williamson and Highway 341 and Tank Plant Road and Highway 341. I guess the fog this morning is causing people not to see folks or something.
Jonathan said you need to slow down.
Oh, yeah. Every morning I turn off of Tank Plant Road and turn left onto Highway 341 and go down to Joy Williamson and turn right and come down over here to Highway 84. And I could be bebopping along there around 55 miles an hour between Tank Plant Road and Joy Williamson Road. And sometimes I get my doors blown off. And these people fly up there and they come to a very fast stop and then turn right on the Joy Williamson Road. I'm thinking, how much time are you going to save? I mean, it's just amazing to me, but that's just the way things are. And so please just drive carefully, especially when you got the fog out there this morning. That's 2 accidents there on Highway 341 this morning, and no telling what else around the county those ones were sent in. Bob, someone's got a question, and I pretty know what the answer is. Someone says, if we vote early and one of the candidates we voted for drops out of the race, can we re-vote? No. Once you vote, you vote. You know, that's one of the chances you take when you do vote early is things may happen during that 3 weeks that may change. So that's the decision you have to make. That's usually why if I vote early, it's just a few days before the election day, but probably 95% of the time I vote on election day.
There's some we don't know. I don't think anybody's on the ballots dropping out.
Yeah. Well, they're just wondering. No, you can't re-vote. Once you vote, that's it. If your candidate drops out or something happens to them, you just missed out on that one particular vote.
And they were in here talking about the East Boss again. If you want more about the East Boss, the Chamber of Commerce has rescheduled their quarterly membership luncheon for this coming Friday, and they had to cancel it last week because of the hurricane coming through, but it's been rescheduled for this Friday, October 19th at Coastal Pines Technical College from 11:30 to 1, again entitled Ballots and Barbecue. Admission price $20. That's your RSVP by tomorrow the 17th so they know how many people will be attending for the food. Guest speakers on the program include Probate Judge Tammy Thornton, School Superintendent Jay Brinson, School Financial Officer Tony Williams, and Jesup City Manager Mike Deal. Mike Deal will be on hand to talk about the 2 city referendums on Sunday alcohol sales, and School Superintendent Jay Brinson and School Systems Chief Financial Officer Tony Williams will talk more about the East Bloss. And, of course, Tammy Thornton will be on hand to talk about the writing candidates, how you vote for those, and things like that. So, it's a good program, quarterly membership luncheon, set for this Friday.
Okay, we're supposed to have another guest on this morning. Matter of fact, they even called yesterday to be on for today. And I don't see anybody out in the green room out there. I don't know what happened to them this morning. Maybe they got tied up in some of these accidents or whatever, and they'll reschedule them. But we were supposed to have another guest on this morning, but I don't see anybody out there.
Speaking of guests, we have Stephen Meeks coming in. I said all the candidates are going to make their way through the world-famous Butch and Bob Show, hopefully in this whirlwind tour. But we got Stephen Meeks running for state rep. He'll be in on Friday's Butch and Bob Show, so we invite you to tune in on Friday for that show.
You had a good interview with Chris Carr, who happened to be in town.
Yeah, Attorney General in town last night. Had a chance to see him. Always good to see him. I said, he and Joe were roommates at college. They're fraternity brothers up at college. They're good friends, and got to know them over the years. Several events, several Georgia-Florida games, and some games in Jacksonville. But just a good guy, so it was always good to see him. But he was in town last night for a fundraising event. Glad to see him.
Okay.
Everybody's making their whirlwind tour again. Rhonda Brian Kemp, candidate for governor, making his way to Wayne County on the 24th. Again, they've got that Peanuts, Pies, and Politics events over at Offerman earlier that afternoon at 12:30. Governor Deal, Speaker of the House, David Ralston, and others will be on hand for that event. But Brian Kemp will leave there and come over to Wayne County on 2 o'clock that Wednesday at the farmers market. So if anybody wants to meet Brian Kemp, hear about his campaign for governor, that's the day you can see him here in Wayne County on Wednesday the 24th, 2 o'clock at the farmers market.
All right. Sounds good.
Big crowd expected for that. But that race seems to be the talk of not only the state, but the nation. Everybody's talking about that governor's race.
Yeah.
In the latest poll I saw where Stacey Abrams has a slight lead in that poll. So, it'll be interesting to see how that all shakes out on November the 6th. But she's getting a lot of national publicity.
Millions of dollars are coming in from around the country to help her get elected. Yes,
Oprah's still coming. Obama's still coming. Everybody's coming to campaign for her. So it'll be interesting how that race shakes out. I'd be curious to hear Brian Kemp's comments when he comes to Wayne County on the 24th.
Yeah. Well, yesterday morning, Senator Blake Tillery was in town for the ribbon cutting at Solid Rock Christian Academy School, located on Henson Mosley Road. After years of renting space in Unity Church of God, Solid Rock Christian Academy now has their own school, their own facility and land located there on Henson Mosley Road, and he was there for the ribbon cutting of that. And they're entering into their 7th year already. I went to it because I got 3 grandsons there. And my oldest grandson, Maddox, started when it first started 6 years ago, and now this is their 7th year. Just did up 6. And so it was good to see a school like that just start off on some dreams. And now Solid Rock Christian Academy continues to grow, has their own facility, own campus, and they look forward to continuing to grow. And if you want any information about Solid Rock Christian Academy, just go on out there to their school on Henson Mosley Road, right there next across from Bill Morris Park. It was good to see the senator yesterday. Really busy with making a living right now as lawyer work. He said he had a closing to go to later on that afternoon, but he knows things will start picking back up soon to get ready to go up to Atlanta in January for the session in January, February, and March. It was good seeing him there. And saw some officials from First Southern Bank there. They're the ones who proudly provided the financing for Solid Rock Christian Academy to be able to build the facility and have the campus and everything. The funds came from First Southern Bank here in Jesup and Waycross and Patterson. And let's see here. Coming up around 8:35, I will give away at that time. I got some tickets to Popple Farms, and then I've also got some tickets to give away to Wild Adventures. So I'll give one away around 8:35 and the next one around 8:45 to 8:50. So a couple of chances to win between 8:30 and 9. And as you mentioned, Bob, during your sports, the game between Wayne County and South New Hampstead, between New Hampstead, is at 7 p.m. Thursday.
7 p.m. this Thursday, short week. So Country Show's Blair at 6, and the pregame will start at 6:30, kickoff at 7, and our Country Financial postgame show after the game. No high school scoreboard show, that'll air Friday. So, but it should be a big game. Coach Craig talked last night about New Hampstead, all the athletes they've got. Very talented team, 4-2, 1-0 region play. So this game will decide who gets a home state playoff game. Wayne County wins this game, they're guaranteed a home state playoff game, and then they'll have the showdown against Worth for the region title if they can win Thursday night. But if they don't win Thursday night, then the possibility of not having a home playoff game comes in the picture. So it's a very important game for both teams on Thursday.
Okay. Well, some folks were wondering, why we were playing on Thursday night, and I'm an auxiliary member of the local VFW post, and we were talking about that late yesterday afternoon, so I just kind of looked it up. And the Pooler Stadium is actually owned and operated by the Pooler Recreation Department, and several people share that. We'll be playing on Thursday night against New Hampstead, and then Friday night, Savannah Christian against 2 private schools will be playing there on Friday night. And so it's a multi-use facility like many of those are over in Savannah. So many teams are there in Savannah playing football, so some play Thursday, some play Friday, some play Saturday.
But the reason it's set for Thursday is part of the they feed Thursday night blitz. They're televising the game. That's why.
SAV, yeah.
That's why it's on Thursday night, 7 o'clock. It's part of their Thursday night schedule.
Well, then I wonder where the two Christian schools that play on Friday night, if we were there on Friday night then, because they're playing their Friday night.
We're not on Friday night. We're on Thursday because it's SAV's Thursday night blitz. They televise only Thursday night games. They don't televise Friday night games.
I know. I understand that. But then if we played on Friday night, that means the two other schools would have to play on Thursday then, I guess.
Playing Friday. We're playing Thursday.
We're playing their Thursday night.
We're playing Thursday night because we're part of SAV's Thursday night televised event. They've got a Thursday night game every Thursday throughout the high school football schedule.
I understand
That's why we're playing Thursday in Savannah because that's where we're playing.
That's what we're playing on Thursday. But if we didn't play Thursday and we played late Friday like normal, we weren't part of that, then those two schools, the two high schools, would have to play on Thursday night then, I guess, because the facility's being used for us on Thursday night and the two other high schools are using on Friday night. It's kind of like, when we used to be in the Savannah region, sometimes we had to play on Saturdays because all the schools over there shared the stadiums. So I guess they thought that was a better draw viewer-wise. I guess, I don't know, since we're from way down here, but maybe New Hampstead, they figure we get a lot of viewers up there. But when you say that we're part of the you said SAV?
SAV, Thursday night.
So it's televised, is what you're saying? It's going to be televised, and I guess they would rather televise that than the two private schools there in Savannah. But all I was trying to say is the fact that that stadium is like other stadiums in Savannah. Some teams have to play on Thursday, some Friday, some Saturday because you've got more teams than you got stadiums. Not every high school there has their own stadium. And so it'll be interesting to see how it all works out on a Thursday night at 7 o'clock. Folks, just put down your calendar. It's on a night earlier. And it's 30 minutes earlier.
I was just going back on experience when we played on Friday night. Other teams had to play on Saturday night. There wasn't any Thursday night games. No reason this game's on Thursday night is because it's part of the TV package on Thursday night schedule.
Right. Yeah, so that's the reason why we're playing on Thursday night. And or maybe one of us that played on Friday and one Saturday, we had to still share that stadium. When you say it's part of their Thursday night program, and so they pick out, I guess, before the season starts.
Before the season starts.
Who they want to have on that Thursday night broadcast.
Right. Okay. They got a full line. If you go on their website, you can see all the Thursday night games they have. And so then they got a full schedule. They went through the schedule beginning of the year and picked the games that they wanted for their Thursday night.
Right. I guess they did that sometime, I don't know, we're sure when the schedules are set, like May or April or something like that, or June. I mean, I know we already got them by way before school starts, so they must have decided that would be a good thing because, we were region champs last year. They knew how New Hampstead, of course, is a big growing area up there right north of Pooler. They figured it would be a good viewing draw for that particular night.
Good region game. They got a good marquee game. Like I said, both teams unbeaten in region play. New Hampstead's 4-2. We're 8-0, so it should be a fun game.
Yeah, and we've seen New Hampstead. Remember several years ago when they were first, I don't know what was about 8 years ago. They first became a high school somewhere along in there.
Sure, it's been that long. I just know
maybe 6 years or something like that. And they've certainly got better as each year's gone by in their sports.
I just know every sport that comes in, they have athletes. I mean, every time you look around, you say, I'm sure it's growing. So.
Well, that's a growing thing. Like we said before, Savannah can't grow north. They can't grow east because there's an ocean out there. So they're going south and toward Richmond Hill and west toward Pooler and Bloomingdale and all that, and toward Effingham and all that.
Their baseball program hasn't got on track yet, but their basketball team's pretty good, and the girls' softball team's pretty good. So, I mean, they've got athletes. Every time you go out and watch one of their sport teams, you say, there's an athlete, there's an athlete. They got athletes, and that's what Coach Crick said last night. This football team's got athletes. They scare you.
They're Phoenix, I believe, right?
Phoenix,
whatever that means.
Whatever that is.
And why New Hampstead? Why not Old Hampstead?
You have to ask them.
Why not Middle-Age Hampstead? I'm sure there's some meaning behind it somewhere. I just have no idea. But just from our listener standpoint, Wayne County, New Hampstead, Thursday night at Pooler Stadium begins at 7 o'clock. So 2 changes there, a night earlier and 30 minutes earlier.
And since the Thursday night games for football, the cross-country meet was set for Thursday. It's been pushed up to Wednesday tomorrow. So they got 18 teams coming in tomorrow for the last regular season home meet here at home. Again, they got a couple of weeks before they head to South Effingham for the region tournament, region race. So, again, Wayne County will host their final home meet this Wednesday, not Thursday, at 4:30. It was originally scheduled on the schedule for Thursday, but since the football game's been moved to Thursday, this cross-country match has been moved up to tomorrow at 4:30.
Okay, you know, it's supposed to be around 92 today, another one of them hot days. But Thursday, Bob, things get better. 81 for the high on Thursday and 80 degrees on Friday. I like that. And then over the weekend, Sunday now. Sunday's supposed to be mostly sunny with a high of 76 with a low 49. Now we're getting into the temperatures that I love. Mid-70s during the day, around 50 at night.
I just hope we get a fall, because last year we went from summer to winter. There was no fall.
Went from hot to cold. Somebody cut off the doggone hot water and just cut on the cold, huh?
Went from the 90s to the 30s. There was no fall.
Well, we're supposed to, be 92 today and then 90 tomorrow and then around 81 on Thursday, 80 on Friday, Saturday around 85, but then 76 on Sunday and 75 on Monday. I'm going to love Sunday and Monday, Bob.
Good fall weather.
Good fall weather. Well, Bob, you have a most wonderful day. All right, the world-famous Butch and Bob Show brought to you by Mike Bridge Ford in Blackshear, also brought to you by Murphy Builder Supply located on Northeast Broad Street in downtown Jesup, and also brought to you by Wolf Animal Hospital on West Cherry Street. All right, the time now is 8:31. We got a giveaway coming your way soon, so keep